Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Transatlantic Sports Show, our second ever one here on YouTube. So if you're listening on the audio podcast, make sure you check us out on YouTube. The handle is, as it always is, at TASS_UK. Previously, we focused on baseball, getting excited about the London series. Now we're going to turn our attention to the next big thing that is happening in US sport. That, of course, is the 2023 NFL Draft in Kansas City. And we're going to look ahead to the draft. We're going to hear from one of the draft prospects. You can see him on the screen now. He's Ja'Von Hicks, Ohio native, born and bred, Cincinnati Bearcat, and fingers crossed, looking ahead to the NFL Draft. Ja'Von, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Pleasure's all ours. Pleasure's all ours. Look, we're just a few days away. We're a week away, but depending on when you're watching it, I mean, the days are counting down now until the NFL Draft. How are you feeling, man?
Honestly, man, I feel like I'm a little nervous, but I think that's a good thing. It's some good nerves. Just knowing that I put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into to prepare for this moment since I was 5 years old, and looking back on that, all the time that has passed is great to see the things that I have accomplished along my journey.
Yeah, man. So going back to when you were 5 years old, is that when you realized, was that the NFL dream that we hear so many of you guys talk about? Is that when, you know, the light moment you're thinking, yeah, this is my dream, this is what I want?
No, I would say I was just playing football just for the fun of it and just to get out the house, I feel like. And I fell in love with the game of basketball up until I want to say like freshman or sophomore year of high school. And my uncle was always telling me that, football is going to be my sport. He thinks I'm better at football than I am at basketball. And my senior year, my junior year, going into my senior year, that's when I cut out basketball and I kind of just, took football serious. And here I am, five or 6 years later, preparing for the NFL Draft, and it's a dream come true.
Preparing for the NFL Draft, yeah. In Cincinnati, Ohio, who's your team? NBA. Obviously, you talk about NFL, we're probably going to be saying the Cincinnati Bengals, but NBA, there you are, you young guy, you're a kid playing basketball. Who's the guy? Who is the man who inspired you?
Oh, for sure, LeBron James, man. He's an Ohio native, and you kind of see the way he carries himself as a man and as a basketball player and as a father. And I want to take some of those things that he has, that he has for himself, and instill into me to become the best version of me.
Yeah, is he somebody that you then look up to as an inspiration? Because around Super Bowl time, I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and he broke the all-time scoring record. I remember the night well. It was an NFL party. It was a Tuesday night. We're out in a farm. We're enjoying a few beers. And then we see, and we got the game on, we're streaming it, and then we see it happen. And all our plans, obviously, we've got to launch him. Everything that we had around LeBron James, and then the following day, you speak to the likes of Patrick Mahomes, a great and probably an all-time great in the NFL. Jalen Hurts, who just signed a whopping contract this week. These guys, looking up to LeBron James. What is it about him that just inspires you athletes so much?
I think it's just kind of the pressure he kind of took on from like age 14, I believe. He was probably the best basketball player in the world while he was in high school, and that doesn't happen often. And to be able to, have that pressure on you at age 18, and you kind of, you're still striving to be great, and he's still the top guy at age 38, and that just doesn't kind of happen by surprise. He has the athletic ability, but also he has the tangible things that he does for himself to be able to take care of his body and do the things he can do off the court as well.
Yeah, pretty phenomenal, isn't it? 20 years later, there he is. He's still balling. You know, he's played with Bugs Bunny as well, but you know, he's still in the
Yeah,
playoffs. He's still relevant. You know, he is one of the top guys still in the NBA.
yeah,
Man,
it's
incredible.
crazy, man.
Well, let's flip it back to you. This is about you, Ja'Von Hicks, safety, going into the NFL draft. And, you know, from a college football team in Cincinnati, you know, you're a Cincinnati, Ohio native, but, you know, you're used to playing alongside top caliber defensive backs, none other than Sauce Gardner, who
Hmm.
was the defensive rookie MVP last year, rookie of the
Hmm.
year.
Yeah, I think just playing alongside of those top guys in the NFL that I obviously got to share the field with and stuff like that. It just, I guess, is just the kind of things that we instilled in the culture that was built at Cincinnati. And I feel like that whole back end that played together is going to be elite at the next level. And it will be no surprise, to the Cincinnati community. We're not looking to, prove any outsiders wrong. We're just looking to, strive to be great and do the things that we talked about doing while we were at Cincinnati.
Have you reached out to Sauce at all during this draft process?
I've hung out with him since
Yeah,
throughout the draft process, and he just kind of tell you to be yourself throughout this process, and take it day by day, and it's going to get exhausting at times, but that's what comes with it.
yeah. What an exceptional year that he had. You know, if there's a year that a rookie season that you can look up to. We talked about inspiration and LeBron James being an inspiration, but you know, here's a guy. He's a former teammate of yours, and he absolutely balled in 2022.
Yeah, um, man, if I could have the season that he had, if not better, hopefully, that would be great as well. I have to, sit down and set goals for myself to do the things that I'm willing to accomplish, at the next level for my rookie season, and hopefully by the end of that season, all those boxes are checked.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, too right. You know, you had a great college career, 10 interceptions as well for the Bearcats in Cincinnati. Just tell us what it's like playing for your local college team. You must have had plenty of fans in the stands.
Uh,
For
yeah,
you
I
personally, family members and friends.
yeah, I would kind of say that um, playing for my hometown, it felt great, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Before I committed, it was outsiders telling me I shouldn't go to Cincinnati because there's no hope there and stuff like that. And when Luke Fickle took the job, and he kind of built a culture that we all trusted and believed in, and um, 2021, dreams came true for us. We were able to play for a college national championship, and I mean, who would ever thought that the Cincinnati Bearcats would be in that situation?
Dude, and you were part of that. You know, you've got that on your resume as well as everything else. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of boxes being checked for NFL teams. You know, looking at you. How does it feel when you're going through the whole process? You know, you got scouts. They're prodding and measuring you, and you know they've got their eye on and all sorts of things, and you've got to present yourself so well. Do you feel there's a pressure? Is it taught to you how to handle it, and does it then become just second nature?
Yeah, I think it definitely becomes second nature after a while. At the beginning, you're not really used to um, people kind of like nitpicking at you and stuff like that, and just the way you carry yourself. I feel like at times it's definitely a little overwhelming, but I think that's what comes with it at the next level, because it's going to be overwhelming, when you're playing in hundreds of thousands of fans and stuff like that. So I mean, I feel like every prospect throughout this process, we're built for this moment, and don't hold nothing back and go accomplish the things that you want to.
What was it like, going through your college career when the pandemic hit, and how you managed
Man.
to get through that? Because we hear about the rookie class in the NFL who they were drafted, but Then there were no off-season programs, so it took a while for them to get up to speed. But for you guys, young footballers, to suddenly just have that taken away because of the pandemic and lockdowns, etc. Do you think that's the way that you've coped with it? And please tell us how you did manage to cope. But do you think that collectively as a group that may help you in terms of strength and a desire and a ability to overcome things?
Oh yeah, it definitely, help you overcome adversity at times because I mean you're gonna go through this journey of life. It's gonna be stuff hitting you at every second and every moment of the day, or and I think that 2020 year it caught us all by surprise. It was definitely heartbreaking a little for some people, and but I think that there were some good that we were able to take out of that 2020 pandemic year. And I mean, I feel like everybody definitely took something away from that's good, and that they're able to have along their self and be able to be a better version of them.
Ja'Von Hicks, you're going to sit back in a few years' time, over a decade, and you're going to look back and you're going to hopefully have a few Super Bowl rings on your hands as well. Look back on your career. But right now, as you look back on your college career, let's say we're sat on your porch. It's a nice spring evening. We're chilling out, and I ask you about that moment, that standout moment for you. You close your eyes, you look back in your college career. What's that moment? There must be one moment where, like, whether it was a tackle, an interception, or what, but that highlight for you as you look back.
I feel like that highlight moment, man, was walking out onto AT&T Stadium about to play Alabama. You see like over 100,000 of fans, and it was breathtaking a little bit because who would have thought? I wasn't really surprised because I knew what kind of talent and what kind of team we were, but it was dope, man. I had to be a fan for a second, but that was the greatest moment of my college career. I feel like nobody can take that away from me or my teammates, and hopefully I'll get to see them back there again, and hopefully I'm able to feel their experience again going into Super Bowl, Super Bowl championship.
Oh man, I mean that is the dream, right? But you're going to be going there. You're going to be going back to that stadium as an NFL player, be it
Yeah.
whether it's with the Cowboys or you're playing against the Cowboys or whatever. But no matter what, you are going to be going back to that stadium. You're going to be making hits. You're going to be getting picks and all that, and you're going to come to London as well. Because we can't wait to have you guys over here. When I say you guys, I say you rookies. Coming over. Who knows? It may be this year, depending on who drafts you. But I tell you what, the London experience and that Germany experience as well. I was in Munich last year, and the crowd there in Munich is like no other. So these are extra experiences on your NFL career to come. And I'll tell you what, you're gonna love it when you come over to London.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait, man.
And you're pretty set up as well, away from football, because I believe that there's a clothing line that you have. You've ventured out into other pastimes as well.
Oh yeah, I've definitely started a clothing line. It's not all the way there yet, but it's definitely in the works and in the process of being able to come out and be other people are able to get it and stuff like that. But it's a process for everything.
That's cool, man. Where did that idea come from?
One day I was just sitting with my friends, and we kind of was talking of different ways we could get the people to try different clothes out and stuff like that, and we kind of just came up with our own. I don't know. It definitely takes time. I think we're on like year 4, year 5 of like trying to get things in the work because we don't want to put just any kind of product out there. Just like you don't want to put any kind of product on the field. You want to make sure it's all tightened up and everything, so the quality is there. And yeah, I can't wait.
That's pretty sick, man. That's pretty sick. So, people watching or listening to this, they wanna check it out. Is it available? Can people go out
No,
and set up their
not
PayPal
right now.
accounts? No.
Not right now. You can follow our Instagram page though. It's called The Real Noble.
The Real
The
Noble.
real, yeah, The Real Noble.
Nice,
Real
nice.
Noble Clothing. Yeah, it's called The Real Noble Clothing.
That is awesome, man. I'll be checking that out as soon as we finished this podcast. Look, draft night, draft weekend coming up. Where are you going to be? Who are you going to be with? How are you going to be feeling?
Be with the family, a few friends, we're gonna be at the house, just kind of kicking it, making it feel like another gathering, kind of, food and drinks and snacks and just kind of sitting back having conversation, just kind of reflecting on life and how it all began, for me years ago. But I'm gonna be feeling a little, riled up a little bit, but I feel like I'll settle down eventually. But I just can't wait for that phone call, to see where I'm going, so I can be the best version of me for the NFL football team.
Man, so if you got a phone, you got a phone ready. It's like absolutely no hands on this phone. When
Yeah,
it's draft time, nobody touches this.
no, absolutely not.
Look, I've got a Pop Warner trophy. Oh, the cap. There's a cap in the background. The St. Louis Cardinals cap is covering it up. But I've got a trophy because I grew up in Winnipeg and I played Pop Warner football. So we won the Pop Warner championship back in the day in Winnipeg. That was as far as my American football dream went. That's just because I moved over to England. And obviously, we didn't
Yeah.
have the setup that we do now. We have the NFL Academy over here, which is amazing work by NFL UK and NFL International. But, I reached my ceiling with Pop Warner, but you taught there from the age of 5 and, going through it right through college. And now you are knocking on the door of the NFL. And, I tip that hat that is covering the trophy to you, Ja'Von. That's pretty amazing. Pretty awesome going, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Well, Ja'Von, look, we are going to be looking out for your name over the next few days across draft weekend. Fingers crossed. Good luck to you, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate that.
We appreciate you coming on, and thanks very much for coming on the Transatlantic Sports Show. That's our guy, Ja'Von Hicks. Make sure you check him out. Keep an eye out for him. He is from the Cincinnati Bearcats over at draft weekend. The safety, former teammate in Cincinnati with Sauce Gardner. Here on the Transatlantic Sports Show, make sure you hit like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. We're going to be back soon with another NFL draft prospect, and make sure you subscribe on your audio podcast provider as well. Just look up the Transatlantic Sports Show. So there's more draft coverage to come, and then of course we'll be reflecting on that NFL draft. I'm Anthony Wootton. Oh, before you go, make sure you check us out at TASS_UK. I am at AR Wootton. This is the Transatlantic Sports Show. Until next time.